I've got to say, congratulations on this release. It is an absolutely massive release for all the fans out there. I was wondering if you could start off by telling us a little bit about how this has all come about.
Well, the re-releases, we started with BMG, and they haven't been out of print for about 10 years. So, which is, and now they're also remastered by Wendy Davis, who was Ronnie's engineer for many, many records. And they've got special CDs that go along with them, which are the live tour that went along with the recorded album that came out. So I'm very excited about it. We have fabulous new artwork by Mark Sasso. And so I'm really, really pleased with it. I think it's going to be great. And I love working with BMG. They seem to be passionate and be like the record labels used to be.
Yeah, I was going to ask that actually because I read a statement about how much you enjoyed working with BMG. Tell us a little bit about that relationship that you have with BMG and what they're like to work with when you sit down to work on a project like this.
They're very passionate about what they do. They're excited about it. They're Dio fans. They came over to the office and they saw some of the T-shirts we had here and they, can we get some? Which is great because it's not corporate. It doesn't feel like corporate. It feels like how the record labels used to be in the beginning, where everybody was excited. Everybody just wanted to do it because it was fun and it was music and they loved it. And that's how I feel with them, that they love what they're doing. And I think they're doing a great job. They seem to be doing whatever they possibly can to help make it the best possible product.
The live tracks, were they hidden away somewhere, or were they somewhere that BMG knew where they were all the time? Because taking a listen to them, they sound absolutely amazing and so clear. Whereabouts were they, and how did they go about discovering them?
Well, I have everything. Ronnie always had everything in. We had it in a vault. We have everything in the vault. We have everything. Like so many tapes, so much stuff. So we just went through a whole bunch of what I could find, and I gave him a choice of different things. And then Win Davis, the engineer, looked through everything and said which was the best quality things, because we want it to be a good quality product that Ronnie would be proud of.
What's that like when you go back through tracks like that? It must feel like a real walk down memory lane for you, but what's it actually like when you sit down and start to go through some of that stuff that Ronnie kept?
Oh, yes, it is. It's bittersweet, actually. It's like exciting to find the stuff, but then the memories are like, well, why, I wish he was here to hear the stuff, and to put his stamp on it. I mean, his stamp is on it, but it's just, for me, personally, he's not there. It's like when we got the Grammy for Last in Line, it's by Tenacious D. That was the one thing that I wished for everything that Ronnie could have been there to see his music accepted at the Grammys.
Yeah. When you're actually there going through all of the stuff, have you ever found stuff that you believed had been lost and that you've been able to rediscover by going through and finding it?
Oh, yes, I find it all the time. Every time I go over to the storage locker, it's in a climate-controlled storage locker and it's all labelled and stuff, but I find stuff all the time. There's, look at this. Oh, this is good. This is really good. Oh, yes, this is wonderful. And there's a lot of unfinished songs that maybe in the future we can figure out how we can put them out. But I want it. It has to be perfect. It has to be the way Ronnie would want it out, and I don't want to flood the market with just a bunch of old crap. You know what I'm saying? I'm very particular about what we find, and then having someone with professional ears like with Davis to listen to it and make sure it's fine before we put anything out.
Yeah, I find with releases like this that it furthers the legacy of Ronnie. Like, there's a lot of people here in Australia who are very young, like 12, 13, who are into this kind of music, who discover these sets and then their world is opened up as well. Tell us a little bit about how you found Ronnie's legacy living on through the younger generation these days.
I think it's fantastic. I really do. I mean, Ronnie passed away 10 years this year, and we still have 2.5 million on his Facebook. The movie Thor 4 They're using Rainbow in the Dark in that movie. There's a TV show here called Strange Things, which is, and they just asked me permission to use the T-shirts in the next series. I find young kids, there's a young family called Lila,
Yep.
who I think they're like 12 years old or something, and they do a fantastic rendition of Rainbow in the Dark. I don't know if you've heard it.
Yep. Yep.
It's great. And we're going to have them at the Ride for Ronnie performing. Because I think it's just great that young kids, I think this is the first time ever that kids are listening to the parents' music.
Yeah, yeah. How do you police, like what you just said before about Stranger Things wanting to use the T-shirts? You must get a lot of requests for people to use Dio T-shirts and the music in cinema and television. How do you actually go about working out which projects should have access to it and which projects shouldn't?
Well, I think it's to do with how good the project is. I mean, obviously, I can't say yes to everything. But we figure out which the project is good and then we license it to them. I thought that the Thor 4 movie was perfect for it, and the Strange Things is I don't know if you're familiar with that, but the young kids love that show.
Yeah.
And so I think, and I really want to keep Ronnie's music and his legacy alive, and that's the things I really want to do. And when he passed away, I just feel that that's my job in life right now.
Yeah, yeah. Now, bringing it back to the release, tell us a little bit about the remastering that Win Davis has done. Were you actually able to go in and watch as he was remastering it, or did you completely trust him with what he was doing?
I completely trust him in what he was doing. When Ronnie was alive and our business worked, where I always did everything in the business and he never interfered with my business and I never interfered with his music.
Yeah. So
that one, I trust Win Davis because Ronnie trusted him.
Yeah. So what was it like going back and listening to the tracks after they'd been remastered? Was there a really obvious difference in what had happening with the remastering?
I think they're just brought up to date.
Yeah.
I think that just because it's being brought up to date, and I think that's really good. I think that what Ronnie did was great, but I think it needed to come into the century. Yeah,
yeah. Now, the other thing too that I love about this is that there's vinyl releases as well. Tell us a little bit about how you feel about the vinyl making such a huge comeback, because last year in Australia we actually saw the first time in a decade where vinyl and CD sales equaled that of downloads. Tell us a little bit about how you feel about vinyl making such a big comeback.
I'm very excited about it, and I know that if Ronnie was alive, he would be too. He was so sad when it was shrunk down to tape and then CD, because he said the artwork was so important, and it felt like, because he said he used to buy albums sometimes just because he loved the artwork, and the artwork is part with Ronnie's albums and with a lot of metal albums. The artwork goes along with the music, and it's so important. And I think it's great that kids are enjoying vinyl again. I think it's really, really great. I know the first album that Ronnie did in Dio, which was Holy Diver, we spent so much time on the artwork there, and also on the cover slip, the slip that went inside, the paper slip. Because
yeah.
I did a whole thing on different. It was supposed to be used for a competition, but it never happened. But it was all photographs of different songs and different things, and you had to guess which songs it was about. The pictures were on there on one side, and on the other side was all photos of the band and when there were babies growing up and different things like that. And it was always exciting to do those things, I think. And then when it got shrunk down, there's only so much you can do. So then you've got to pull out leaflets and things instead of a big piece of artwork.
Yeah, there's some lovely things to sit down and look at as well with these re-releases as well. How much input were you able to have with things like the media book and the packaging and things like that as well?
Oh, absolutely control. Mark Sasso is the artist that did so many great new renderings and artwork. He and I worked very, very closely together, very closely.
Yeah. Wendy, I know that we are running out of time very, very quickly, and it's been an absolute honour being able to chat to you today. I was just wondering if there's anything that you would like to say to the Dio fans out there before they go out and grab this very special collection.
I just think, well, the Australian fans, I'll tell you, Ronnie just loved to go to Australia. He loved the fans there. He went several times, as you know, and he just loved it. So just, go out and get Ronnie's music and listen to it and enjoy it. And I just think it's a shame that now there's not too many bands that are going to be remembered in 30 years. And I just think that Ronnie's music lives on to 8-year-olds to 80-year-olds.
Yeah, definitely. You mentioned there Ronnie had a great love affair with Australia as well. What was it that he loved about Australia and the Australian fans so much?
He just loved the people. He said they were like, he loved his favourite places to play were the United Kingdom and Australia, and he felt that they were the same, that they were great fans. They had, they had critics, but the critics were fair. And he listened to them, and he always said they were just great fans. He just loved to go there, and he said it's a shame it was so far away because he would have liked to have played more often.
And we would love to have seen him more often as well. Wendy, thank you so much for chatting to us today. I know we're right out of time, but again, thank you. It's been an absolute honour talking to you.
And thank you so much, as I said, for your continued support. We just love it, and we couldn't do it without you. Thank you.
Not a problem, Wendy. You have a great night, and hopefully we get to chat again in the future.
Absolutely. You take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.